what's happening here, and with the way that music and revelation are associated with these strange bodily manifestations of these prophets. Why are they so effusive? Why are they so energetic? Why do they seem to be just delighting in the Lord in such a way that it's unusual? It's strange. Well, um, music is incorporated, and here's the quote. This is the one, Camden. This is what really got me mesmerized today. On page 201, in the middle of that first full paragraph, here's what Voss says. Music lies on the borderland of that reign of feeling where mysterious forces play upon the soul, of which even he who experiences them cannot give a clear account to himself. Now, what is he saying? Well, let me give an example. I'm not saying this is a great example, and Camden, from the outset, everyone who's listening needs to know I am not an expert at all in music. All I do is love music. I don't know much about it. Okay, I just want to say this because it'll show. I mean, I don't know that much about music, but
I'm waiting for a reference to an '80s guitar solo. That's what I'm.
This is going to surprise. I can work I think I might be able to work um, either Clarence Clemens saxophone
Hey,
or
yeah, the big man.
Eddie Van Halen's guitar in
Eruption,
somehow.
yeah.
Yeah, we could get there. But I've got something else on my mind, I guess, because I'm getting old now. But Voss is asking us to think of a beautiful musical arrangement that seamlessly facilitates this heightened communion with God, that just by its own composition commends itself to such use. For me, and Danny Olinger told me this about a year and a half ago, and I've listened to it daily, numbers of times ever since, I'll confess. Bruckner's Ninth, which moves from, in my mind, as I think it through the three movements, it moves seamlessly from protology to typology to eschatology in three really enthralling movements. And as you listen to it, you get this sense of ascending movements that build in their unity and diversity toward a climax and telos, toward a resolution that's deep and satisfying. I think that Voss is saying that music can facilitate this thing that we're talking about. But we have to be clear on something. While music is not inherently sacramental, music can intrinsically facilitate the unique covenantal presence of God by word and by sacrament. Music then is not a sacrament, but it is a medium that in the design of God is ordered to serve the true religion, is ordered to serve the personal presence of God in ascending personal and spiritual fellowship that characterizes the very essence of the Christian religion, so that the sons of the prophets prophesy in a close connection, an intimate relation to music.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something to that. I think that's what Voss is after.
Oh, yeah.
So that it ought to move us in a way where we appreciate the beauty of music, which is itself non-sacramental, but we appreciate the way it so naturally serves the worship of God. That's why in great events of redemptive history, what happens? A new song.
Yeah. Well,
Goes in.
I don't want to get off the mark too much, but this is an important point when we're discussing exclusive psalmody. Because from a redemptive historical standpoint, given the development of God's revelation and the heightening of the covenantal bond that the elect have with God through Historia Salutis, which continues to elevate, reaching its crescendo, to use a musical term, in the resurrection of Christ and the salvation of God's people and the gift of the Holy Spirit, I have a real hard time, and I know we have a lot of good and faithful brothers and sisters who hold to an exclusive psalmody view, and no doubt many have addressed this very issue. And so I don't want to get off. I don't want to take a cheap shot. I also don't want to get off the subject.
No, not at all.
But the point is, should we not expect new songs to be rendered post-resurrection as another overflow of another, in fact, the greatest redemptive event The
Right. Let
death
me
and
build a
resurrection of our
pastoral
Lord.
bridge right there. Yeah, because which is what you're doing. To our brothers and sisters who hold to exclusive psalmody, here's what we want to see. We see with you this new kingdom producing movement that gives way to the Psalter. Oh, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
But that Psalter circumscribes the realm of the typico symbolic kingdom, right? And David's experiences in that kingdom are intrinsically proleptic of the experience of David's greater son and David's Lord. So when he comes as the fulfiller of that Psalter, and the communion bond reaches not its typical high point, but its eschatological high point in the ascension of Christ, what breaks forth in heaven but a new
A new
song?
song. Sing a new song unto the Lord.
Yeah.